problems that we come across while using the time, then time management techniques and advantages of time management. Yes, we come across successful people around us. There are many successful people around us. If you just look into their habits, they are highly disciplined. Successful people are highly disciplined, intelligent, healthy, they work hard, or they are also smart workers, they are good communicators, and above all, they believe in time management. That means one of the ingredients of successfulness is time management. Many a time I ask my students, what is the scarcest resource on this earth? And I get the answer, air, petrol, water, oxygen, something like that. But the answer is inevitably and invariably, the scarcest resource is the time. Time is the scarcest resource on this earth. What is this time? Yes, all of us know about time. But when it comes to the defining or explaining what is time, it's very difficult. We cannot give a comprehensive answer to the question, what is time? Say there are many concepts like this. For example, what is money? Yes, there are n number of definitions of money. Again, Professor Walker has given a definition. Money is what money does. Money is what money does. Okay. Like that, if you ask a question, what is management? If there are 65 participants, there will be 66 definitions of the term management. Ultimately, one of the definitions of management is what managers do. That means there are certain concepts which we are unable to explain them comprehensively. Time is one of such issues or such concepts which we cannot define. What is time? Time is a resource. Time is a resource. Okay? It is the scarcest resource which is irreversible. So it is an irreversible, scarce resource. Okay? And say it is even irreplaceable. It is irreplaceable, irreversible resource. Okay? And most neglected also. So, and whatever we do will have an ingredient, time. If you ask a question, or there are many economics professors might be there here, okay, attending the program. If I ask you a question, what are the factors of production? Immediately give the answer, land, labor, capital, and organization. But time is also one of the inputs. Time is one of the inputs of whatever we do. That means it is a resource. Okay, it is, and this time is taken for granted. Okay, nobody gives importance for time, even though it is irreversible, irreplaceable. Okay, we don't give much importance for time. For example, you promise your friend or colleague that you will come tomorrow to his house tomorrow morning. You don't mention the time, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Okay, that is, time is taken for granted. Time is a resource. Time is an opportunity. So time is an opportunity. It provides you opportunity for us to do certain things. Okay, all of you are attending this orientation program because time has given you an opportunity. You are using the opportunity given by the time. Okay, and time can be used for many activities, but time can be used only mutually. I mean, these opportunities can be used mutually, or opportunities are mutually exclusive. When I say mutually exclusive, that means I say you are attending this program. Had you not attended this program, what you would have done? You would have done something. You would have read something, you would have played, you would have enjoyed, you would have seen a movie, or you would have gone to your college, or whatever. Okay. That means if you go to the college, you cannot attend this program. or you cannot do other things. Okay, one thing can be done at a time. Even though, time has got many opportunities, you can use only one opportunity, and therefore time has got an opportunity cost. So what is the opportunity cost of attending this program? The cost of attending this program is the work you would have done, enjoyment you would have derived otherwise. Okay, had you not in this program, you would have done something. And the cost of attending this program is the work which you would have done otherwise. Time is an opportunity, because the same opportunity can be used for multiple purposes. Time has got an opportunity cost. Okay, and say time is life. Time is life. Say we say Mr. X lived for 90 years, or say many of you have, say at the maybe you are all average age of all the participants maybe 30 years. Okay, when I say 30 years, what is that 30 years? It is time. It is time that you have spent on this earth. Okay, that means time is life. All events happened, all events happening, all events that are going to happen will have a time reference. That means without time, we don't speak at all. Okay, say we get, history is taught with time reference. Okay, attending this program has got a time reference. Okay, so this is the second week of your program. Okay, say from such and such a date to such and such a date is your orientation program. That means all these things refer to the time. Okay, say time tells the commentary of the earth. Okay, whatever that is happening, all things will have a reference to the time. Say I say we got our independence on 15th August 1947. That is again I'm referring to a time. Okay, or social reformer Basavanna lived in 12th century. Again, it has got a reference to the time. Okay, or there is no event which does not have the time reference. Whenever you talk, okay, always we talk with reference to the time. The whole world revolves around time. Okay, rotation of Earth. So we say one complete rotation requires 365 and a quarter day. That means it's a time again. Okay, or say examination is from such and such a date, or say we get salary on 31st of every month. That means everything. Okay, all our activities are time bound and have got a reference to the time. Coming to the characteristics of time. First characteristic feature is time is totally perishable. Time is totally perishable. That means we cannot withhold the time. It passes. Okay, it passes second by second, time passes. Okay. So if there are economic professors, you would know, we also say labor is perishable. Why do we say labor is perishable? Because when we do not do the work, time lapses, labor goes waste. Likewise, time is perishable. That means you have to make use of the time. Otherwise, it goes away. Say you cannot bring back the time. You can regain your health. Say many things happen in our life. Okay, sometimes we lose our wealth, we lose our health, but we can regain wealth, we can regain health, but we cannot even get back 1 second back. That is the nature of the time. Then time cannot be stored up and used up later. Say, all of us are familiar with UPS. Say, if electricity goes, we make use of the UPS and burn the light. We put on the light. We store the electricity. Whenever there is no supply of electricity, we use the generator or we use the UPS. But it's not so in case of time. Time cannot be stored. I cannot bring back yesterday. I cannot do yesterday's work. If I do, then it becomes today's work. Okay? And the third characteristic feature is supply of time is continuous. Supply of time is continuous. Okay. Say second by second, we go on getting the time. Okay. Without our knowledge, say we would be getting the time. Okay, that is, supply of time is continuous. Then another characteristic feature is it is the only resource which is distributed among all living and non-living beings. It is the only resource which is equally distributed amongst all the creatures living and non-living on this earth. Okay. Yes, you have 24 hours. I have 24 hours. A prime minister has got 24 hours. Okay. That means it is so democratic. The supply of or the distribution of time is so democratic. Nobody has got 24 hours, 1 minute extra or 1 minute less than that. That is the beauty of the time. All, say, living and non-living beings, even animals. Okay. Like you take animals do have 24 hours, or any creature on this earth, living or non-living, has got 24 hours. Okay. And time is the inevitable input of whatever we do. That means we cannot do anything in zero time. Without time, without investing the time, we cannot do anything. That is another characteristic feature of time. Then time is the unit of measurement. We measure all things with the help of time. Say your workload, say you work for 16 hours per week. Well, 16 hours means that's time. Okay. Office opens at 10 o'clock, closes at 5:30. That means again we refer it to time. It's a unit of measurement. Say office will have to work for 8 hours a day, or workers in a factory work 8 hours a day per day, or we get our salary once in a month. Okay. Or workers get overtime facility when they work above or more than 8 hours. That means it is a unit of measurement. How much work to be done? How much? It is a unit of measurement. These are the characteristics of time. Then what is time management? Okay. Time management is the process of organizing and planning how to divide the time between specific activities. Okay. It is the process of organizing and planning to divide, or how to divide the time between specific activities. We do many activities every day from morning till night till we go to the bed. We perform several activities. How do we divide time amongst these activities is time management. Okay. And why should we have the time management, or why should we plan our time, or why should we organize our time? Okay. To realize the dream of becoming successful in life. Okay. If you pay, say respect to the time, giving respect means you utilizing the time. Okay. Say if you give respect to the time, time will give the respect to you. Over a period of time, you will gain respect from the society. Okay. To have or to realize the dream of becoming successful. I told you, one of the characteristic features of successful people is time management. They manage their time. Otherwise, they cannot be successful. Only those who can manage their time well will become successful. Therefore, we have to manage the time. And with good time management, say we can do more work. It enables us to do more work in less time. Okay. And failing to manage our time damages our effectiveness. If you don't plan your time, it affects your effectiveness and causes stress, including physical, mental, and emotional issues. If you don't manage your time, in the long run, it may lead to many physical, mental, and emotional issues. That means unnecessarily you'll be indulging in so many other problems if you do not manage the time. And paradoxically, to save the time, we have to spend the time. To save the time, we have to spend the time. When you spend the time, then only you are saving the time, or you are utilizing the time. If you don't spend the time, time goes off. Okay, it passes away without telling you. Say second by second, time would be passing away. Okay, we say money saved is money earned. Electricity saved is electricity generated. Like that, the time saved is time spent. You should spend the time. You should not idly sit idle, otherwise time will just passes away. Okay. Then hope the discussions that take place in next few minutes will help us to develop a new personal sense of time. The discussions that take place during next 1 hour will help us to develop our new personal sense of time. What is this personal sense of time? What is my time? In this 24 hours, you think all the 24 hours belong to you. It really doesn't belong to you, okay? Because you are doing so many activities, yeah, you play different roles, and say, what is your time? Okay, the time to be spent for your development, academic development and otherwise. The discussions that take place will help you to identify or know your personal sense of time. Then think about future and set goals, develop plans for the future. Okay, and it will help. The discussions will help you to analyze where, how, and why we are spending our time. How are we spending our time? Okay. Yes, you may be very active from morning 5 to late night 10 o'clock. But say, how are you spending your time? That is very important. You have to spend quality time. Okay. And to make use of the time effectively, the discussions that would take place for next 45 minutes or so will help us to develop, or will help us to say make use of the time effectively. And say we listen people often telling or saying, had I got some more time, I would have done this or that. Say I was in administration for about 7 years. Every month people used to retire in the university. 10 to 15 people used to retire. Okay. And whenever I listen to their speeches, normally they used to tell, say, had I got 2 more years of service, I would have done that, I would have done this, something like that. Or say a student coming out of the examination hall, many of them would tell, had I been given 5 more minutes, I would have written 1 more answer. That only tells, these words only tell that they have not planned their life. So we have to plan our life. Then only there won't be any regrets. At the time of retirement, there won't be any regrets. Okay. Because you have planned well. You have planned your life well. Okay. That is very important. And whenever we talk of time, we should note that it's only the human beings who experience time and know the importance of time. It's only the human beings. Yes, time is distributed among living and non-living beings, animals, etc. But animals do not experience or do not understand the importance of time. It's only the human beings. Human beings understand the importance of time, understand the time itself. Okay, and they experience time and they know the importance of time. And over a period of time, okay, over a period of time, there are n number of inventions that have taken place. N number of inventions that have taken place, and all the inventions have only one objective of saving the time. Okay, all the inventions. Okay, say for example, some 40 or 50 years back, women used to spend the whole day in the kitchen doing all household chores. But do they spend the whole day in the kitchen? No, nowadays it's not so. They finish off their work within 2 or 3 hours in the morning, or take 2 hours in the evening, and they do all the work. That means they have got some devices with which their time is saved. Say for example, they have cookers, ovens, washing machines, dishwashers. Because of this, the time spent in the kitchen has come down. That means they have more time. Or even otherwise, say, if you walk to your college, it may take half an hour or 1 hour from your house. What do? You go on a vehicle. You take a vehicle and go. Within 5 minutes, you reach the college. That means you are saving 55 minutes. That means all these inventions or the technology has helped us to save the time. Because we know the importance of time. Time is important. Many you might have heard that saying, time is money. No, time is not money. Time is more than money. Okay, nothing can equal time, because if you lose money, you can regain money. But if you lose time, you cannot get back the time. Therefore, it's more than money. And all our activities are time bound. Say daily routine or completing the syllabus or whatever you say. Okay. Yes, everything will have to revolve around time. And So many science professors know or understand the Einstein's theory of relativity. Einstein's theory of relativity. Say the same thing can be applied to the time, relative time, or say we have two, time is divided into clock time and real time. What is clock time? Clock time is, say, per day we have 24 hours. Each hour has got 60 minutes. Each minute has got 60 seconds. That is clock time. That means after each 60 seconds, the needle will move to next minute in the clock. Okay. But what is real time? Real time depends on our emotions. Real time depends on our feelings. So you are listening to a lecture. If the lecture is boring, what do? You look at the watch 10 times within 10 minutes. Okay, you feel that you are bored. Time is not at all moving. So when this 1.5 hour, 1 hour or 1.5 hours will be over, you'll be thinking. Okay. Or if the lecture is very interesting, very good, say, so 1.5 hours is gone within few minutes. That's what your feeling is. Okay. So time is slow when we are waiting. When we are waiting, time is slow. Time is fast when we are late. Time moves fast. It's a psychological feeling. Okay, time moves fast when we are late. Time is short when we are happy. Time is short. We feel that the time is very short when we are happy. Okay, time is endless when we are in pain. When we are in pain, we feel that the time is endless. Okay, time is long when we are bored. Okay, 1.5 hour lecture becomes 3 hours lecture when we are bored. Okay, that is what we say. That's the difference between clock time and the real time. Real time depends on our feelings and emotions. And the importance of time, people started realizing the importance of time, say, from the beginning of the 20th century. The first book on time management was published in the year 1907. 1907. Okay. Arnold Bennett published the first book on time management. How to spend 24 hours a day. How to spend 24 hours a day. In his book, he says certain points. Okay. First point that he says is distribution of time is highly democratic. Okay. Arnold Bennett says the distribution of time is highly democratic. I have already told you. Okay. All living beings and non-living beings have got 24 hours. Okay. And there is no aristocracy of wealth and there is no aristocracy of intellect. That means rich people are not given more time, okay, than us, and intelligent people do not have 25 hours. All of them, whether the person is a poor fellow or a richest fellow on this earth, whether he is the dullard or most intelligent fellow, all of us have got 24 hours. Okay, there is no discrepancy as far as distribution of time is concerned. And he says there is no punishment for not utilizing the time properly, or there is no punishment for wasting the time. You waste the whole day. There is no punishment, no power, say power on earth will say this man is not at all utilizing the time. Therefore, say the supply of time should be cut off. Yes, whether you make use of the time, whether you waste the time, the supply of time is continuous. That means there is no punishment if you do not use the time properly. Even if you waste the time, yeah, supply of time will not be cut. Okay. And say there is no question of getting into debt as far as time is concerned. Say all of your permanent teachers, and say what we do normally, what we do after getting the first salary, we go to the bank with the payslip and get a loan for our vehicle. That means you are committing the future income and getting the loan. You get a loan for your vehicle. That means you are committing your future salary. You show the bank manager that you are going to receive this much of salary. Based on that, you get a loan. That means you commit your future salary. But that doesn't happen in case of time. Okay, you cannot get into the debt as far as time is concerned. You have to use the time as and when it comes to you. You cannot use tomorrow, today. Even if you want to use tomorrow, today, it is not possible. Tomorrow is kept for you intact. You cannot use the next hour. Next hour is intact. Okay, it will come only next hour. That means you cannot get into debt as far as time is concerned. Okay, our time is perfectly, say intact. The future time is intact. You cannot make use of the future time. You cannot get into debt as far as time is concerned. And all of us have got 24 hours a day. Each day we have 24 hours, and we have to maintain our health, derive our pleasure, earn money. We have to be content and earn the respect within these 24 hours. Within using these 24 hours per day, we have to maintain our health, derive our pleasure, earn money, be happy. Okay. And we have to say the effective use, or there is its right use. Right use of the time is most effective. Okay. Yeah, its most effective use is a matter of highest urgency. Okay. We have to know how to use the time. Okay. And the most thrilling activity, how to use the time, and using the time effectively, efficiently, okay, is a thrilling activity, because everything depends on the use of our time. Everything, okay, your success, okay, your health, your whatever you say depends on the time. Therefore, the effective use of time is the most urgent job to be done. Okay. Yes, and all of us think that we are using the time judiciously. We are using the time systematically. We are using the time logically. We are not wasting our time. This is our belief. Okay. We are not wasting our time. That is our belief. But and whenever we use the time, we come across many problems. Okay. We have some common problems. Okay. Without our knowledge, we would be wasting our time because of these problems. Okay. The first problem that we come across as far as effective use of time is concerned is the procrastination. Okay. Procrastination is a common problem faced by all of us. What is this procrastination? Procrastination is often the voice of people who like to consider work rather than actually doing it. There is work to be done. We know that there is a work to be done, but we don't do the work. We think, yes, this work can be done tomorrow. This work can be done next week. This work can be done later. That means we try to postpone. We try to postpone the work. And it is a common problem of all of us. Okay. We don't do the work right now. If some work can be postponed, we try to postpone. Okay. Say for example, when the students will prepare for their examination, do they study from the beginning? No, they do not study from the beginning. Only during the last month, or say 15 days, they study and write the examination. So you give some assignment to your students and say that 25th of this month you have to submit the assignment. When do they write their assignments? 25th is the last day, and they write their assignment on the 24th. 24th evening, they write their assignment. Or how many of you have submitted your IT returns? Say this is the month of June. How many of you have submitted your IT returns? So most of you have not submitted your IT returns. Why? Because still there is time. Still there is time. Okay. And we think of submitting our IT returns only during the last week of the last month. That means we always try to postpone the work. That is procrastination. Okay. And we say it's a human nature. It is human nature to postpone the work. Okay. So because we believe in pleasure principle. All human beings, without any exception, believe in pleasure principle. Okay. Therefore, Sigmund Freud, who is called the father of personality, says that our mind has got three components, and these three components are id, ego, and superego. Id is the basic element, and it's the foundation of our personality. And tomorrow we are going to discuss more about this id. and it says, okay, it is, I mean, is this childish? Is this irrational? Is this demanding? Is this pleasure seeking? Always we try to seek pleasure. Whenever there is a scope, we try to seek pleasure. Okay, that is the nature of all human beings without exception. Okay, we try to postpone, and procrastination is number one time waster. Where what happens when we postpone the work? What happens when we postpone the work? Just we are going to pile up our work. For tomorrow, there will be more work to be done. For day after tomorrow, still more work to be done. Ultimately, that may lead to some, say, I mean, problems, okay, psychological problems. Therefore, that is one of the, I mean, common problems that all of us face. And we do not just postpone the work. We will have a reason. Okay. People do not postpone the work unnecessarily. We will have a reason. Okay. And the reasons are, okay, say waiting for a good time. Many people wait for good time. Okay, today is Tuesday. Tuesday is not a good day. Yes, I will start the work from Monday. And we forget the work to be done on Monday. That means people wait for good time. Okay, people wait for good mood. So today I'm not in a mood to work. Okay, let me do it tomorrow. I'm not in a mood. Let me do it next week. That's how we postpone. We give reasons. So we do not simply postpone. We will have some reason. We give some reason and postpone the work. Okay. Or sometimes we feel that this work can be done within 5 minutes. Yes, let me do it in the evening. Or let me do it tomorrow. Just it is a small work. And only when you take up the work, you realize that it cannot be completed within 5 minutes. Okay. Or say if the job is unpleasant, yes, we try to postpone it because the job is unpleasant. Or sometimes we think that this job has to be done perfectly. To do the job perfectly, yes, I should take up during the holidays, on Sunday or some other holidays, and we forget the work to be done. Okay. Or lack of decision-making skills. Sometimes we lack decision-making skills, whether to do the work today or tomorrow. We don't decide at all. Okay. When we lack decision-making skills, just we go on postponing. That means how do we procrastinate? I'm telling how do we procrastinate? Okay. Or say sometimes say we wait for a good day. As I told you, say I had a PhD student. Yes, she completed her work. Everything was over on Friday. I told her, yes, you give the, work for binding. You can submit it on Monday. But she said, no, sir, I will submit on Thursday. Why do you wait till Thursday? When you can submit on Monday, you submit on Monday. Why do you wait? Why do you delay it by another 3 or 4 days? Then she narrated, sir, first I met you on Thursday. You give the consent on Thursday. And my colloquiums were on Thursday. Say she had a big list of Thursdays. Okay. And she believed that every work has to be done on Thursday. Like that, say sometimes we believe, honestly believe wrong things. Okay. And these are the reasons why we procrastinate or postpone. And when we postpone, yes, only we are piling up the work. Okay. That's the common problem faced by all of us. The second problem is poor delegation. All of us have got 24 hours. All of us have got 2 hands. All of us have got 1 brain. And why I'm telling this? Because there is a limit to the work that we can do. There is a limit for the work we can do. How can we do more work? We can do more work only by delegating the work. So you divide the work into important work, not so important, routine work, and not so important work and routine work can be delegated to others. Otherwise, we will be doing only routine things. We are unable to do better things. So just remember how your principal runs your college. Yeah, there will be more than 20 committees in a college. Admission committee, library committee, sports committee, cultural activity committee, women empowerment committee. So many, timetable committee, etc., etc., etc. And if the principal does all these jobs, then he cannot be a principal at all. What he does is, yes, he forms the different committees. Yes, library committee will look after the library, and admission committee will look after the admissions, and by delegating the work like that, he manages the college. He cannot do all the jobs. Okay. That means we also can do more job when we delegate some of our routine jobs. Okay. Some of our, and we get the time. When we delegate the work, we get more time and we can do more work. Okay. That is, that's how we can do more work. But we do not delegate. Why? Because we think that it is risky. So I have to do the job myself. If I delegate the job, he or she may not do well. Okay. Or I may enjoy doing things. Therefore, I don't want to delegate. Or I may think that the person to whom I delegate will get the credit. I want to get the credit of doing the job. Therefore, I don't delegate. Okay. Or nobody else will do as I do the job. Therefore, I don't delegate. These are the problems. Poor delegation is the second problems that we face in the usage of time. Okay. Third problem is bad habits. When I say bad habits, they are not bad. In the sense, say they are not considered bad, but from the viewpoint of time management, we develop certain bad habits, which we think that they are not bad. Okay. Or say, for example, thinking negatively. Negative thinking. When you think negatively, yes, our time is wasted. We cannot attend to our work. Okay. Or gossiping. Yes, you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go to a walk with your friend, discuss some politics that has happened yesterday evening, come back to home, again go to college, discuss the same dirty politics with your colleagues, one after the other. The whole day you would be discussing the same dirty politics with your colleague. Okay. That means you do not understand that you are wasting the time. Okay. What you get, what is the use of discussing some politics in the college? Will it contribute for your development? No, it will not contribute for your development. Will it be of some use to you? No, it is not of use to you at all. Okay. Whoever rules, our job is, we have to do our job. Okay. But we waste our time indulging in gossiping. Okay. Or say quarreling with others. When you quarrel with others for some reason, okay, and you waste the time. Okay. These are the, and another thing is seeing TV for long hours. Say unknowingly, we are addicted to TV. We are addicted to our mobiles. Say we see serials. Okay. What these serials teach us? There is nothing to be learned from any serial. There is nothing to be learned from any serial. Okay. In a serial of half an hour, okay, say if there are 10 characters, one character speaks. What the director does? The director shows all the other 9 characters, reaction of all the 9 characters. What would be the reaction of all the 9 characters? Some will raise their heads, some will lower their heads, some will do like this. And we are immersed in looking at these nonsense. Okay. Without understanding that you are looking at the nonsense. We are immersed. Okay. Say we are so addicted to TV serials, we plan our activities. Say we have to do some job before the serial or after the serial. Nothing can be done during the serial. Will it be over by half an hour? No. We will discuss whatever that happened in serial is going to be discussed in the college staff room tomorrow. Say some will take the, side of, in-law, and some will take the side of some mother-in-law or daughter-in-law, and we unnecessarily quarrel sometimes. This is right, that is, she should have done like that, he should have done like this. And what do we learn from these serials? Some gossiping, some strategies, okay, nonsense. Say this is how we waste our time. We are also addicted to our mobiles. Okay, we keep our mobile when we are studying. Okay, And whenever some message comes, it makes the sound and we'll go and check the message. Or you go on seeing some shorts and time is wasted without our knowledge. Okay, they are not at all of any use. Okay, see, I'm telling how, I mean, these are not considered as bad habits, but they are bad habits. There should be a limit for whatever we do. Okay, unnecessarily we see TV for long hours, we are addicted to mobiles. Okay, and these are, say, these are bad habits which consume our time, which will not contribute for our development. We have to realize, okay, say any serial will not contribute to my development. There is no use, okay. Say, I don't have a TV in my house. There is no TV in my house because, say, I can get the news in my mobile. I can look into the mobile for a few minutes and get the news. That is enough, more than enough, okay. Unnecessarily, we waste our time without our knowledge. That's why I'm calling these as bad habits, okay. Then the fourth problem is disorder and indiscipline. Disorder and indiscipline. Everything has a place and everything in its place. Say you go back to home and keep the, your vehicle key on your table, and whenever you want the key, you go on searching for the key. Or whenever it is raining, you search for your umbrella. Or whenever the current goes off, you you try to find out where the matchbox is. Because if you have a discipline, or say, orderliness, okay, and you should get the things immediately. But there is no right place for anything in our house. Say we search the whole house. I kept the key here, there, simply searching and wasting 10 minutes. Getting angry. Okay. Say there is no discipline. Or sometimes, say, our eating habits also. Some people are highly indisciplined. Sometimes they take breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning. Some days 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Even the night food, sometimes 8 o'clock, sometimes 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. When there is no discipline, it will have an effect on our health. Say our health is disrupted, or we cannot maintain our health. Okay. Say, this inorderliness or disorder and indiscipline will eat away our time. Okay. And the next problem. Just talk to your friend half an hour. Say, how are you? How are your wife, children, etc., etc., etc. Okay, which are not necessary. Sometimes you talk to sometimes you talk to your friend for half an hour. Okay, thereby we waste our time. Or say friends, just we have a lot of friends and we spend time with the friends. Yes, spending time with friends is good, but too much is too bad. Too much is bad. Okay. Or sometimes we will have these mental blocks which come in the way of utilizing the time. We will have many honest but wrong beliefs. We develop many wrong beliefs. Honestly, we develop some wrong beliefs. Say, I cannot do this. It is not my cup of tea. Say, I'm a dullard. I cannot do that. So he has to do that, something like that. Okay. These are mental blocks. Okay. Or labeling, say, I'm a dullard. I'm not an intelligent. So you involve in self-sabotage. When we involve in self-sabotage, we develop inferiority complex and we are unable to make use of the time effectively. These are the common problems that we come across in the usage of time. Then, say, how to make use of the time in a better way. How to make use of the time in a better way. Okay. Yes, by developing personal sense of time. Okay, we have to be very cautious about the time. Say, what is my time? Always you should worry about, or you should, be conscious about your time. Okay, whenever we do, whatever we do, wherever we are, we have to be conscious about our time. Am I spending the time judiciously? Am I spending the time effectively? Am I spending the time usefully? That consciousness should be there. And say, the time management experts say that we have to go for time audit. Okay, we think that we are spending the time usefully, but whether we are using the time usefully or not can be known only by auditing our time. Time audit. Time management experts advise to go for time audit. What is this time audit? They say that you have to record whatever you do. At the end of each hour, you have to record what did you do in this hour. Was it useful or not? This has to be done for a week. Then you have to analyze how am I spending the time? How much time is spent on different activities? Am I spending the work based on our priority? Because we will have many priorities. Okay, we play the different roles. You play the role of a husband, you play the role of a father, you play the role of a mother, you play the role of a sister, you play the role of a children. College, you have to do personal work. Okay, and how am I spending the time? Am I spending the time based on the priority? Where I'm misusing the time, or what are the items that consume more time and contribute nothing? Some activities consume more time but contribute nothing. You have to identify the loopholes. You have to identify where the time is being wasted, where the time you have spent the time but it has not contributed. Will be effective, will be useful. Okay, and say time audit is a very strong instrument to know how are we spending our time. Okay, without our knowledge, we waste our time. That can be known only by time audit. Then coming to the time management techniques. Time management techniques. Okay, and the first and foremost thing to use the time effectively is to have plans. First, you have to have the long-term plan. I was in the beginning of the lecture, I told you the average age of all the participants is about 30. That means you have 30 more years of service. On an average, you have 30 more years of your service. Say you should plan, what should I be? What should I be at the time of retirement? No, it's not the planning of retirement at the age of 60. Now only you have to plan, what should I be when I retire? Okay, I should be different. I should be successful. I should be something different from others. Okay, it's not just I say, as others retire, I also retire. No, if you think like that, you are wrong. Okay, you should be different. You should think that I should be different. I should be successful. I should be, being recognized by the time I retire. Okay, and the planning should be done now only. Say, what should I be at the time of retirement and what should I do? Okay, yes, when you fix the long-term plan, okay, you know what you are going to be at the time of retirement. Yeah, say for example, say you are going to be, I will be a recognized international author at the time of retirement. I will be, or I should be a recognized international author at the time of retirement. Then if you want to be an internationally acknowledged author, what should I do? Yes. Then say it's a plan for 30 years. Okay. Yes, you plan. Then say, what should I be by the end of 5 years? What should I do at the end of first year? What should I do for the next 6 months? What should I achieve for the next 6 months? What should I do next 3 months, 1 month, quarterly? Or what should ultimately we come to the day. What should I do next day? You have to plan your activities. You should plan what you should do the next week, next day. Okay. So that's how, I mean, say the planning. If you do not plan, you are planning to fail. No planning is planning to fail. If you retire like any other fellow, then there is no, say there is nothing. That nothing has, you have not contributed anything to the society. Okay. Therefore, you should be different. You should achieve something and you should plan now itself. Second is you should learn to say no. You should learn to say no. Okay. Otherwise, you will become merely the servant to the priorities of the others. Yes, I was telling you about bad habits few minutes back. Okay. You go to college, you finish your lecture, you go to coffee and come back. And again, your friend comes to you and asks, yeah, we will go for coffee. You should have the guts to say, no, just now I had coffee. Please go and have coffee. Otherwise, what happens? You would be wasting your time. You would be wasting your time. Okay, it doesn't happen once. Okay, several times it happens in a day. Several times you go to canteen, whether you drink tea, coffee or not, just for the sake of accompanying your colleague, you go to canteen and simply waste your time. So that means you should learn to say no. Otherwise, you become the priorities of others only. Okay, you'll be spending your time for the priorities of others. Okay, then I have already told you about delegation. Delegation is the key for success. Okay, you have to delegate the routine and not so important jobs. Whenever you do not so important jobs, you try to delegate. When you are doing some routine job, you try to avoid those routine jobs you assign to somebody, and you will have the time to do more work. And think positively, have confidence, believe people, give freedom, and direct them in a proper way. When you delegate, you have to direct them in a proper way, yes, as to how to do the job. Okay, and all successful people have become successful because of the delegation. Hope you have heard the name Richard Branson. Richard Branson was the CEO of more than 300 companies. He is the CEO of more than 300 companies. Virgin, say you might have heard, I don't know how many of you have heard of Virgin Group of companies. That's in America, America-based company. Okay, Virgin Group of companies, more than 300 companies. He was the CEO. Say he can manage all the 300 companies only by delegation. Say it's not possible, humanly it's not possible to, personally do all the jobs. Okay. Or you have heard the word, name of Ratan Tata, Tatas. Okay. Tata used to write 200 letters a day. He was the CEO of 80 companies, Tata group of companies. How do they manage their time? Okay. How do they manage all the affairs? Only through delegation. Okay. So you have heard of Ambanis. Say Ambanis were ordinary persons like me and you 50 years back. 50 years back, Dhirubhai Ambani was working in a petrol bank, serving in a petrol bunk. Now his two sons are the richest persons on this in the country. How could they be so successful? Only through delegation. Okay, only through delegation people can be successful. Try to delegate the routine work. Then say you have to divide the work into, or sorry, you have to divide the time into, important and urgent. Okay, and important not so urgent, not important but urgent, and not important and not urgent. You have to classify the time into 4 different types. Okay, first type is important and urgent. Say some jobs are important and also urgent. For example, health issues, or you have taken an appointment with somebody. It's important and urgent. Attend to the important and urgent works immediately. Okay, no need for waiting. Yet you have to attend those jobs immediately. But some jobs are important but not urgent. The building a house or constructing a house. Constructing a house is important but not urgent. You plan such activities. Activities which are important but not urgent are to be planned. or they have to be done in a planned way. Acquiring a PhD degree is important, but not urgent. You cannot do it urgently in a day or two. Yes, you have to plan those activities. Jobs which are urgent but not important are to be planned. Sorry, important but not urgent are to be planned. Then there are some works which are not important but urgent. There are some jobs which are not important but urgent. So you get a call. Attending to that call is not, important but urgent. It's not important but urgent. Are you crying baby? You have to console the crying baby. It is urgent but not important. Okay. Yes, such works also to be attended immediately. Okay. And there are works which are not important and not urgent. Delegate them, avoid them, delegate them. Okay. Or going to a movie. Going to a movie is not important. Going to a movie is not urgent. Yes, you can postpone. Or you say just postpone forever, no problem. Okay. Yes, that's how you have to make use of the time in a better way. Then making use of the best time. Yes, all of us have got 24 hours. Okay. But all the time is not the quality time, best time. Okay. Some people can do the work in the morning. Some people prefer to work in the evening. Some people prefer to work in the late evening. Or some people would like to work in the early morning, getting up at 4 o'clock or 4:30, something like that. Okay. That means our best time differs from individual to individual. I've seen some students get up early in the morning for study. Some students study late in the night. That is according to their feeling, according to their convenience. Okay. You find out what is your best time. And you should do most important work in your best time. Okay. Because your best time is the time to work on important things. Okay. Yes. And say you have to work, make use of the best time. Okay. Sometimes what happens, you say the same work may take 10 minutes or same work may take 1 hour. If you do it in your best time, it takes only 10 minutes. Your time is not quality one. It may take more than 1 hour or so. Okay. Yes, make use of the quality time. Okay. Your best time is the time to do most important work. Okay. Try to think creatively. Try to think innovatively during your best time. So all of you have heard of Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie is a novel writer, okay, detective novel writer, and she used to think innovatively when she was washing the dishes. When she was washing the dishes, she used to think how to give a turn to my story, okay, while washing the dishes, like that, okay. And I've also heard that, say, many of your science professors who know, different chemicals will have their structure. Each chemical has got its own structure, and a scientist was thinking to give a structure to the chemical benzene, and he could not get the answer, and he slept with the problem. Say could not, when the problem could not be solved, and he got a dream wherein a snake biting its own tail. Immediately he got up and gave the structure. It is a hexagon. I think it is a hexagon. Okay, hexagon structure, and he gave that structure to the chemical benzene. That means when you are deeply involved in something, you can get the answer even in your dreams. Okay. Then making use of the committed time. We commit our time, but sometimes we save some committed time. You think, hey, tomorrow is the meeting. Meeting goes for 3 hours. With the principal, there is a staff meeting, and it's about 3 hours. But the meeting would be over within half an hour. Then what do? You have got 2.5 hours extra. You planned, you thought that the meeting would take 3 hours, but the meeting is over within half an hour. You have left it 2.5 hours, and you should have the plans, alternative plans to make use of those 2.5 hours. Okay. That is making use of the committed time. You think that some work will take 1 hour, but you can finish it off in 10 minutes. Yes, you should know how to make use of another 15 minutes. You should not waste. Okay. And next is The health. You have to maintain health to make use of the time effectively or to make use of the time usefully. Because health is a precondition. Only a healthy person can use the time efficiently. Okay. And illness is an interruption to do the work. So when you have, or unhealthiness robs our time and reduces the quality of our time. A headache, you get a headache on some day. When you are getting, or when you have a headache, you cannot work. Or some other day you will have some stomach ache. When you have stomach ache, again you cannot work. That means only a healthy person can make use of the time usefully. Therefore, we have to maintain health. Okay. Or our body is like a system. Our body is a system, not like, okay, our body is a system. What is a system? A system is an assemblage of interrelated and interdependent subsystems. What are the subsystems of human body? Subsystems of human body, I say, we have digestive system, nervous system, circulatory system, respiratory system, etc., etc., etc. When some subsystem goes out of order, the entire system, the efficiency of entire systems come down. So that's what I'm telling. When you have headache, you can't do the work. When you have stomach ache, you can't do the work. When you have some other problem, you can't do the work. That means you have to maintain health. Health is very important to make use of the time efficiently. Then we have to maintain energy balance. Say, to make use of the time, we need energy. To do the work, we need energy. We have to maintain that energy. How do we maintain that energy? We have to eat quality food rich in carbohydrates and proteins. We have to eat quality food. You cannot eat some. You eat pizza, you cannot work after eating pizza or burger, something like that. Okay. We have to be very cautious even in eating because we have to maintain the energy balance. Eat quality food with sufficient proteins and carbohydrates. Eat to live, but not live to eat. Okay. So you have to eat to live, but not live to eat. That should be your food habits. Okay. Then you have to get enough sleep. You have to get enough sleep. Then only we can do the work. Okay. I mean, people differ. Say, have nice sleep about 8 hours. Don't worry about that. Okay. Just have nice sleep. Then only you can work. Okay. Then you have to do exercise. Fitness is again a prerequisite for using the time properly. You have to maintain your, fitness. Yes, you do regular exercise, bending exercises, yoga, walking, running, something like that, not in excess. Okay. Then when I say we have to work or we have to make use of the time effectively or usefully, I am not recommending you to work. I don't recommend you to become workaholics. Okay. You cannot do work for 24 hours. You have to enjoy holidays. Do not become workaholic. You go to travel, you travel. Whenever there is a holiday, you travel, go to meet friends, go to historical places, go on trekking. You do all activities. Okay. You enjoy your holidays with your friends and family. Okay. This is how we can make use of the time effectively. And coming to the advantages of time management, just within 1 or 2 minutes, I'll finish off my lecture. Okay. Yes, you can do more work. With time management, you are able to do more work. Your stress is reduced. You can be more relaxed. You become self-disciplined. Automatically, you become self-disciplined by making use of the time effectively. Then you start thinking positively. Your self-esteem is boosted. You'll have the pride of doing something. You will have the pride of achieving something. Okay. You can be happier. You can become a good example for others. Say many times I tell either we are good examples or bad examples. You become a good example for others. Okay. Then you become self-motivated. Nobody need to tell you what to do. You become self-motivated and you achieve success in your life. Okay. These are the advantages of time management. I think still we have some more minutes. If you have any doubts, you can ask me questions. Still we have 10 minutes. Yes, still we have 10 minutes. Any question on time management?